the volume.
Who the hell is that?
All good runs eventually end, and not all streaks last forever. With episode 5 of The Last of Us, that also seems to be the case. Hi, my name is Joel, welcome back to the channel, and for the first time in the entire series, I got to the end of the episode and I was left disappointed. And I did say I was very interested to see what they would do to Sam and Henry, but the changes they did felt like a miss. In almost every episode, we've had minor and major alterations to the story that, according to Neil, either maintain the narrative or improve it somehow. However, a massive change in episode 5 completely disconnected me from it. For those who haven't played the game and are thinking, so the kid died, what of it? Let me explain. In the game, much like in the show, Henry and Sam are on the run from the hunters. The added plot difference from the show is that Kathleen's brother was brought to Fedra by Henry, who gave him away in exchange for some medicine to treat Sam. Not the same case in the original, but so far it's a solid plot device that fits the progression of the story. These two are actually so important in the game, not only because you spend a few hours with them trying to escape the hunters, but also because, much like Bill, there are survivors that struck a relationship with Joel and Ellie, Sam being almost the same age as her in-game, and Henry, much like Joel, willing to do anything to protect their young companion. Now, a major element is the relationship that gets established between Sam and Ellie through their escape. They get to play games together, talk about comics, Ellie gets him some toys, and most of it is done through very touching dialogue, particularly the "aren't you scared" exchange right before Sam turns. It's the cruelty of them finding a friend only to lose them not long after. But to me, it's a very important part of the story because it affects Ellie tremendously, especially because she's immune and lost her newfound friend to the fungus, who was shot by his brother to save her, who later killed himself from the shock of what he did. Now, I'm going to be the asshole here and say that the casting of deaf actor Kevin Woodard to play the role of Sam was a dumb choice. Changing and expanding Bill's relationship was fine because we already knew he was gay in-game, but Sam wasn't deaf. So much of the emotions carried by the dialogue between him and Ellie, plus the fact that Sam is so much younger than her now and it's more like a little brother than a friend to her, not having all of that took away all the impact their story had towards the end. Also, the changes made to Henry, I am not mad that they made Henry a rat for Fedra, cause within the world they live in, it's what he needed to do to survive and to save his brother, but making him that harmless. Game Henry knew how to defend himself and how to protect his brother and was more than capable of escaping alone, but chose to bring Joel and Ellie along to improve everyone's chances. He just looks soft and it doesn't feel like the guy we meet in the original story, and because those two are a huge part of the plot, it made the episode feel bad. So I do believe this was an inclusion attempt. There was no reason to make Sam deaf. It actually subtracted from the story because his interactions were limited and we needed them to develop the character of Ellie later down the track. Now, not all of it's negative. A lot of parts of the game were faithfully included and there were some nice Easter eggs here and there. Mainly the sniper attack right before they're about to escape. Joe goes for the flank just like in the game. We see that there was an old guy shooting, which is why he couldn't hit them, and after he takes him out we see that he was working for Kathleen, and all the hunters come running into the position. And the actual sick part of the episode, right before Henry is killed, another sinkhole appears under the truck that exploded and all the clickers come rushing out. And I love the sound design for that scene. Awesome stuff. All the clickers appear and start munching on the hunters in a huge bullet storm, and in comes the big kahuna, Big Daddy Bloater, that was actually modeled out of a real mammoth of a man but later digitalized to give him some more movement, which, considering that the prosthetic suit that guy was wearing weighted 80 kilograms, kinda makes sense. And something kinda dumb that I spotted was Perry telling Kathleen to run, like it wasn't obvious after dumping a full mag on the thing and not even making a dent, and staying back as he shoot it, only to have the top of his head formerly unacquainted from the rest of his body, which, if you ever get close to the bloater in-game, is kinda like his favorite thing to do. The young gymnast that chased Ellie inside the car also make a great impression, who's just making clickers out of not just adults, and she also plays an important part when Kathleen corners the group but fails to kill them after the little clicker jumps on her and starts taking pieces off her face. The group made their escape. The lack of the tank means we don't see Joel and Ellie jump into the river, but that's okay. They huddle up in a motel and we get a scene between Sam and Ellie, this time with a lot less dialogue. Something Bella did that I'm not sure I like or hate was covering Sam's wound with her blood, which I feel was more to reassure the kid than actually cure him, and another point for Bella for actually looking distressed when Henry eventually shot himself. In the game it's an instant fade to black, so on this one I was very pleased when they just kept rolling. Speaking of awesome sections, how about that opening? Turns out that Kansas Federal was pretty much run by bad people who killed, raped, and did a whole array of nasties, so it makes sense that when the people turned on them, that was the exact treatment they delivered. Now, there were some segments that felt a bit out of place, that I understand why they were included, but one of them is the safe room scene with Kathleen and Perry, where she explains her relationship with her brother and how much more forgiving he was than her. And Perry saying that he was too good to make a change despite loving the man, and that's why everyone is following her now. It was played very slowly. Melanie has a very sweet and slow cadence, but it didn't give her the fragility contrast that I'm guessing the writers wanted, with her later saying, "Fuck them kids, Henry, I'm gonna kill you all." I just feel like it slowed the plot too much. We knew it couldn't be perfect, nothing ever is. Even the ending should have been done the other way around, with Joel saying, "Come on, we gotta go," instead of Ellie. Weakest episode by far. He had some really nice bits, but it was the first episode that left me thinking, I am not sure you guys made the right choice. Sam was not deaf, so making him deaf was a dumb attempt at representation. Deaf people, I wanna watch this with subtitles anyways. So what's the fucking point? So there's 4 episodes left. It's a bit of a sprint to the finish. I am curious to see if Bella's gonna be able to fill the screen as good as Pedro for those solo Ellie bits that are coming up. And if you watched this far into the video, leave us a like. Let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite and least favorite part of the episode. And as always, happy Nacho, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.